This is Otter Falls on the Asiatic Road, about 30 miles from the Alaska Highway. The falls you see here were famous back in the 60s, 70s, perhaps into the 80s, because on the back of the old $5 bill you will see a picture, not described, but it is in fact these falls. They're known as Otter Falls, Yukon, and I don't know exactly when they were named or why, but we can presume that whoever named them because he saw Yukon otters here. Now the water you see coming over the falls comes from Canyon Lake, really they call it a little lake, and that comes from Asiatic Lake. Asiatic Lake is maybe 20-30 miles upstream here. And these falls were famous, perhaps they still are, famous for rainbow trout. And I remember coming here in the 50s and 60s with my brother-in-law, Bob Fregon, who was an avid fisherman. And this was his favorite spot. He loved to come here on a weekend, fly fish off those rocks into the waters, and invariably Bob would be catching lovely rainbow trout. Oh, some of them that big. And we spent many a nice weekend here when I was a kid. And there are some pictures of me and Bob and Bobby and an old hockey player named Clary Chason. What a great hockey player he was too. He played for the Air Force hockey team, and Clary, Bob, Bobby and I are in a picture here. And also you might have seen one time in the 60s a Yukon advertising picture on a brochure and on a pamphlet. The picture was of Otter Falls, and there's a fella fishing. And that fella fishing was none other than Bob Fregon. So this is really one of the finer spots in the Yukon, and it's a little bit out of the way, so there's not often too many people here. It's a lovely place to come. There's a little campground, and you can come and camp here for a weekend, but not too many people do, and so it's nice and quiet. And we're on a little tour now, and it's possible, I suppose, that we'll run into some moose, grizzly, perhaps a black bear, maybe a wolf, some coyotes, lots of birds here. And if we had our fishing line, which we don't, but if we had it, we would certainly catch a rainbow trout here at Otter Falls.